We're here, Papa. All of us.
My sons, when I go, I leave you in your mama's care. She is wise, far wiser than I, and good. Do always as she says, and you will grow rich. Come closer. Much money is lost through sending gold by coach from one country to another. In times of war, it is seized by the enemy. In times of peace, by thieves. You are 5 brothers. I want you each to start a banking business in a different country. One to go and open a house in Paris, one in Vienna, one in London. Choose the most important centers, so that when money is to be sent from here to London, let us say, you won't have to risk life and gold. Hampshire, here in Frankfurt, will just send a letter to Nathan in London saying, pay so-and-so. And that will be offset by loans from London to Frankfurt. Understand?
Yes.
In your day, there will be many wars in Europe. And nations that have money to transport will come to the Rothschilds because it will be safe.
Papa, you mustn't talk anymore. The doctor...
I'm giving advice to our sons, Mama, that the doctor cannot give. Remember, unity is strength. All your lives you must stand by one another. No one brother must be allowed to fail while another brother succeeds. Your 5 banking houses may cover Europe, but you will be one firm, one family, the Rothschilds, who work always together. That will be your power. And when that power comes, remember the ghetto.
I shall be here. I shall never leave the house where they were all born.
And remember this before all, that neither business nor power nor all the gold in Europe will bring you happiness till we, our people, have equality, respect, dignity, to trade with dignity, to live with dignity, to walk the world with dignity.
See, more reaction will be coming. We'll bring it to you here on BBC News. But now on to matters of the economy, not just here but in America. All eyes are on Washington as the amended version of the Bush administration's bank rescue plan is put to another vote in the House of Representatives tomorrow. Financial markets around the world have been waiting on the bill with bated breath this past few days. And these are very testing times for financiers. Joining us is one of the city's most experienced and most respected bankers, Sir Evelyn de Rothschild. He's chairman of the investment company E.L. Rothschild and ran the merchant bank N.M. Rothschild for more than 20 years. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
If this bill doesn't go through even now, what is your thought about the results of that?
I think it's pretty certain it will go through because the Senate, being the senior house, although perhaps the House of Representatives doesn't like that thought, has put quite a lot of pressure, and I'd be very surprised if it doesn't go through. But obviously if it doesn't go through, we have an impasse which is very serious. And what does that mean? I think we have to learn.
You've been around in senior position in the city for a very, very long time indeed. Do you think what we're looking at here is not just a failure of sort of technical matters, but a change in the way people do business, in the way that ethics work in the financial world?
Well, I wrote about this some time ago. And I think that it is right. I think what's happened is that the expansion of financial world is huge. If you look back over 50 years, there was only probably about 50 banks in the world. Today it's not just banks, it's financial instruments. And if you do not regulate them, and you let everyone do what they want to do, then you're bound to get sometimes trouble which ensues. And that is what's happened.
Big city bonuses played their part?
Well, of course, that's the first thing they
what is at stake is more in one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law. Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge. Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
This is Lou Dobbs Tonight. News, debate, and opinion for Tuesday, March 3rd. Live from New York, Lou Dobbs.
Good evening, everybody. President Obama and British Prime Minister Gordon today calling for a new world order to tackle our global economic crisis. President Obama said globalization can be an enormous force for good. Prime Minister Brown again pushing for what he calls a global New Deal, paid for by the United States, of course. And Budget Director Peter Orszag saying budget deficit.
This is Sky News with Paula Middlehurst.
Well, there have been extraordinary scenes in Berlin tonight as thousands of people gathered to hear Barack Obama deliver key foreign policy speech on his current European tour. The Democratic presidential hopeful laid out his vision for America's place in a new world order, saying he was speaking as a proud citizen of the United States and a fellow citizen of the world. Well, Senator Obama's tackled America's place in the world at several points in his speech, acknowledging recent splits between the US and the rest of the international community.
In Europe, the view that America is part of what has gone wrong in our world, rather than a force to help us make it right, has become all too common. Yes, there have been differences between America and Europe. No doubt there will be differences in the future. But the burdens of global citizenship continue to bind us together. A change of leadership in Washington will not lift this burden. In this new century, Americans and Europeans alike will be required to do more, not less. Partnership and cooperation among nations is not a choice. It is the only way, the one way, to protect our common security and advance our common humanity.
We've seen now there's a type of foreign assistance for vaccines or for AIDS treatment that are incredibly effective. These are all about saving lives. And the good news is that as you make those breakthroughs, the population growth in the country goes down. These are all about saving lives. The population growth in the country goes down. The good news is the population growth in the country goes down.